Ladies and gentlemen, stop what you're doing right now. This is Britain now, and we've got the bombshell of the century exploding live in your face. 1 minute ago. Yes, you heard that right. 1 minute ago, King Charles just obliterated Karmama on national TV. The monarchy didn't whisper, it roared. Starmer's Labour empire crumbling like a house of cards in a hurricane. This isn't just politics. This is a royal takedown that's shredding the establishment to pieces. If you're sick of the elite betraying Britain, stick around, because we're exposing how the king just handed Reform UK the keys to the kingdom. You won't see this raw truth on the BBC or Sky. They're too busy covering for their Labour mates. Smash that like button if you're ready for the real story, and let's dive in. Picture this, folks. It's a grim afternoon in Westminster, and Keir Starmer, Sir Flip-Flop extraordinaire, marches to the podium. Armed with his Polish script, he's desperate to claw back control after days of damaging leaks about his clashes with the palace. Whispers of Star's anti-monarchy rants, his explosive outbursts calling the crown outdated and irrelevant. He thinks a quick press briefing will smooth it over, pushing back against the royal whispers with safe, bland defenses. But fate and the king had other plans. In a heartbeat, 5 seconds, tops the royal crest hijacks every major British network. Star's mid-sentence ramble, cut of cold. Reporters gawk at their cameras, jaws dropping. Social media ignites like wildfire. Number King Charles live, number Star silenced. Exploding across feeds. Why interrupt now? Why go live? Because the monarchy's patience snapped. King Charles appears, face like granite, eyes-piercing, voice eerily calm, a verdict in velvet. No warm fuzzies, no pomp. This is unprecedented. A monarch saying enough to the madness. He skirts naming Stmer, but it's crystal clear. Reckless political rhetoric. He announces leaders who forget the bonds of respect, mistaking power for wisdom and anger for strength. The nation holds its breath. Then the killer line. The stability of this nation cannot be endangered by those who place ego above responsibility. Boom. Labour MPs bombard journalists. The king's just torch Star's career. Starmer vanishes. Poof. Storming out or slumping in disbelief. Sources say Downing Street empties like a fire drill. Britain fixates on screens. Analysts stammer. Commentators dissect. Comedians mock. For generations, the crown stayed mute in political tempests. Not anymore. Charles delivers a precise, devastating blow, and the public rallies behind him. Polls surge. 68% back the king over Starmer's chaos. This royal intervention, a populist thunderclap. Ordinary Brits, weary of Labour's Brexit betrayals and immigration fiascos, see Charles as their defender against elite arrogance. Star's meltdowns, shouting, swearing, excuses spun as fatigue. But we know this failure and that leaked palace gem. Charles telling advisors, there are moments when silence becomes complicity. 7 words that incinerate Labour's facade, while Nigel Farage and Reform UK champion real change, secure borders, ditching net zero lunacy. Star wars on traditions. No surprise, the king intervenes. This isn't just humiliation. It's the establishment cracking under the weight of its own hypocrisy. Let's zoom into the pandemonium at Labour HQ. Is it full-blown revolt, folks? And it's glorious to watch the elite squirm. MPs are in meltdown mode, hammering out emergency texts, no confidence letters, flying like confetti at a funeral. The top ministers caught muttering, we can't limp through another day with this guy at the helm. The vibe, a skyscraper, crumbling, alarm screeching non-stop. Stars barricaded in spewing conspiracy theories. The king's puppet mastered. The crisis engineered to crush labor. His inner circle pleads for silence. But no CIA demands another live hit. To set the record straight, that's when the comms chief explodes. Go after the crown again, Prime Minister, and your government's toast by dawn. The room turns icy. Advisors bail, heads in hands. Echoes of he's done for ripple through. This chaos self-inflicted by labor's rotten core. Flip-flops on Brexit. Promising respect, then undermining it. Immigration borders porous as a sieve. Grooming gangs, scandals swept under the rug to appease the woke brigade. Net zero zealotry hiking energy bills to eye-watering heights. £2,800. Average hikes slapping families while elites jet off guilt-free. Rachel Reeves. Usually Star's shield unleashes the monarchy didn't gut us, you did with your ego trips. Ministers nod, then avalanche. In agreement, Star slams his notes, brands them traitors, and bolts a junior aide. Quips better traitors than a suicide. Pilot crashing, the party leaks gush. Cabinet sniffing out legal ousters for national stability. Donors bolt, yanking funds until sanity returns. One MP sobs in her office. Another slumps, whispering, "It's over, truly over." This exposes Labour's betrayal of British soul, mocking patriotism, favoring globalists over grafters. Brexit sabotaged. Energy policies, bankrupting the heartland. Immigration, floods, ignoring public pleas. Enter Reform UK. Nigel Farage, calm amid the storm, nails it. PM, battling history, traditions, and monarch. Public picks stability every time His Majesty's it. Reform polls spiked to 28%, eclipsing Labour in swing seats. Kem Badino 4. Tories delivers elegance with edge. True. Leaders respect boundaries while Labour self-destructs. Reform and Conservatives feast on the carcass. This royal smackdown lays bare the establishment's hypocrisy, fueling a populist reckoning. Now let's hit the streets and screens, where the real revolution brews the people's raw, unfiltered rage. Britain doesn't just watch, it erupts. Callers jam radio lines, voices cracking with betrayal. Stars sold us out. The king's nailed what we've screamed for weeks. Shocked, furious, yet oddly relieved. As if Charles uncorked the nation's bottled up frustration. Polls nosedive, Labour to rock bottom. 15% analysts rummaging through history books for worse. Reform, UK catapulting to 32%. Snatching opposition status in this fictional frenzy as voters flock to Farage's no-nonsense banner. Social media, a digital inferno. Tweets blaze with number. Crown crushes Keir. Memes of Star, evaporating like mist. Viral clips, remixing the king's words over Labour's gaffes. T-shirts pop up overnight. Silence becomes complicity. Scrolled in, bold. Protesters waving them outside Parliament. Hashtags go global. Number. Labour implosion racks up billions of views. Live streams of palace gates, drawing millions in silent vigil. This isn't elite chatter. It's grassroots thunder. Ordinary Brits hammered by Labour's disasters finally roar back. Think immigration, boats unchecked, communities strained, grooming gangs, scandals buried to dodge racist labels. Labour's woke shield crumbling under public scrutiny. Brexit, Stars stealthy, sabotage exposed, voters fuming over lost sovereignty. Energy net zero, fanaticism spiking bills to £3,000 yearly, while elites preach from heated mansions. No more callers rant. Farage gets it. Secure borders, ditch green madness, reclaim British pride. Reform surges on promises of real control, ditching EU shackles for good. Farage tweets fire. The monarchy defends what Labour destroys our heritage, our future. Retweets explode. Likes in the millions. Global conservatives amplify. Trump blasts. Britain's elites falling. Populism wins. J.D. Vance adds. UK's revolt inspires against betrayal for identity. Mainstream media blackout mode. Shielding star with softball spins. But here on Britain Now we amplify the people's voice. You won't get this truth from BBC propagandists. This fury, it's the spark igniting reform's blaze, torching Labour's house of cards. The Crown's move unites the forgotten against the arrogant, fueling a tidal wave of change. Buckle up because this royal bombshell isn't fizzling, it's reshaping Britain's future in real time. Westminster hums with wild rumors. Second King Charles address. Palace. Summons for MPs. Black cars screech. Toward Buckingham, sparking wall-to-wall coverage. Commentators hyperventilate. Is this Stara's resignation delivery a royal ultimatum? The nation freezes. Breath held as social media frenzy peaks. Tens of millions glued to live feeds of those iron gates. Then, without fanfare, a royal aide emerges, thrusting a sealed envelope at the press. No pomp, no speech, just the crest-stamped page, ripped open on air. Reporters' eyes bulge. Charles's words, gentle yet razor-sharp. In times of national uncertainty, leadership demands reflection, dignity, and restraint. Those unable to embody these must question if they still serve the public good. No names dropped, but the target laser-focused on Starmer, a monarch, subtly commanding a PM to soul search or step aside. The fallout nuclear. Within 20 minutes, Labour heavyweights publicly bay for Star's head. Half an hour in, crowds swarm Downing Street. Placards screaming, "Resign now." By the hour mark, Britain's pulse races, awaiting Star's emergence. But he hunkers down, silent, defiant, refusing to bow as his empire crumbles. Resignations cascade. Cabinet letters coordinated like a synchronized demolition. The dam bursting. Labour's structure washed away. In the flood, polling Armageddon support plummets to 12%. Archaeologists digging for parallels. Reform UK explodes to 35%, eclipsing Labour as the people's opposition. Farage's machine hums, vows to seal borders, halt immigration chaos that strained services and ignored grooming horrors. Brexit fully unleashed. No more Star-style sabotage. Energy scrap, net zero extremism slashing. Those £4,000 bills crippling households. Real relief for working Brits. Not elite. Virtue signaling this king's play. Constitutional pivot. Monarchy as bulwark against elite folly. Broader ripples. Immigration overhaul. Urgent. Stop the influx. Safeguard communities from unchecked strain. British identity. Reclaimed with pride. Ditching woke dilutions. Reform triumphs as the anti-establishment force. Channeling public fury into policy wins. Farage. Hypothetical. Quote, the Crown's exposed. The rot. Now we rebuild Britain for Brits. Implications. Labour's extinction. Event. Paving reform's path to power. This isn't endgame. It's a populist rebirth, folks. There you have it. King Charles shuts down Starmer alive. Labour collapses instantly. This isn't just a takedown. This is Britain reclaiming its soul from elite betrayers. Reform UK's rise is unstoppable. The voice of the people triumphing over Labour's chaos. If you're fired up, smash like, subscribe for more bombshells, and comment. Is Reform UK Britain's future? Should Star resign today? Please click. Super thanks to support the channel. Your help keeps us fighting for the truth. Our next expose, Farage unleashes on Labour's immigration disaster. You Won't want to miss it. This is Britain. Now where the people win.